Today I'm going to explain a thriller movie called Cleaner. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. In the beginning of the movie, we are shown an old, interior-designed house and two couples who happen to have a disagreement. A little girl appears to be hanging off from the door as we see that she is climbing on the kitchen cabinet, trying to escape from hearing her parents' quarrels, to then hang on to the kitchen window of her building. Fast forward 20 years later. We are shown a girl named Joey who happened to have slept in late and is now going to be late for work. She hurriedly gets up and tries to get ready but happens to be really messy and clumsy before leaving on her motorbike. Moments later, we are shown Joey in her brother's care home. As it may seem, Michael happened to have hacked into the files of the care home and stole some files. Michael is autistic. Joey always tries her best to make him calm. The duo then leaves the care home only to find out her bike is bad, so now they have to run to catch the bus. Seconds later, they arrive at Joey's workplace. Joey leaves Michael with Big Ron, who is one of the security personnel at Agnian Energy. Then she proceeds to get onto the elevator with another group of people, before they are joined by Jeffrey and Gerald, who are CEOs of Agnian Energy, and Jennifer, who is Jeffrey's assistant. Suddenly, Joey arrives and apologizes to Durek, who is her supervisor, before she leaves. She is a high-rise window cleaner. She is then accompanied by her colleague Noah, who helps her a little, and has a little chat before he leaves. He tells Joey to take care of Michael. We are shown them getting very prepared for the forthcoming party, and lovely fancy bottles are used for decorations. Fast forward later, Michael meets Joey for them to go home, but she is not yet done cleaning. This enrages Michael, and he leaves. At that moment, a van arrives, and some masked men comes out and walks into the building, where they are welcomed by Jennifer. Jeffrey then proceeds to make a speech while Gerald gets busy. Some masked men enters the control room and open fire on the security officers. They then proceed to take over and hack into their system. Meanwhile, at the party, a fancy bottle is thrown to one of the masked men, which he smashes, and some gas starts coming out, including all other fancy bottles, which makes all the guests fall asleep. But with the aid of an oxygen tube, they are able to be awake and also wake up some of the guests who fell asleep, after which they did profiling and found out Gerald was not present. One of the masked men proceeds to break Jeffrey's fingers, who tells them where Gerald is, and he proceeds to get him. Afterwards, we find out that the masked man's name is Marcus Blake. He further explains about his grief about the process at which Agnian Energy works, because Agnian Energy has dumped billions of gallons of waste in Laguna Turaco, which spoiled an entire ecosystem completely destroyed. He further explains about Elena Lenza, who was part of Marcus's group, which sabotaged the Turaco pipeline last year. She was supposed to be put for a trial to expose their secret, but they had her killed. Helena was murdered in her cell before her trial could take place. Seconds after, Noel gets pissed with Jeffrey and picks up a bottle, which he forces into his mouth, killing him on the spot, before he is dragged out by Marcus and Caution. This gets Noah very angry, because Marcus is calmly managing the entire situation without killing anybody. Then is revealed that Noah had already formed another alliance separate from Marcus, which they start bringing out bomb suits for each of their hostages. They are quickly interrupted by Z, who informs them about the SOS sign, which is written outside the building by Joey, who went old school. This immediately attracted the police. Suddenly, Gerald quickly used this opportunity to run, but is immediately pursued by some of the men from Marcus' group. The doors are suddenly shot open, and Marcus goes inside to detain Gerald, but shortly is joined by Noah, who opens fire on Marcus and flings his body through the window, which lands on Joey's cradle. Noah proceeds to ask the guard present to join his alliance. Apparently she was with him, so she got shot by one of the ladies from Noah's alliance. He proceeds to ask Z through their telecom if she was part of their alliance, to which she agrees because she had a gun pointed to her head by one of Noah's men. Moments later, he is shown on the screen where he asks generally who is with him openly amongst the guards. The men who didn't agree to his terms open fire towards other guards, but are all killed by Noah's men, who outnumbered them. Noah then returns to Joey, where he threatens to shoot a lady that was lying on the floor due to the gas she inhaled. He asked Joey to shoot into the street as she complained. He took his phone to call the police again, acting like a victim, and explained that there is a lady at the cradle of the skyscraper who opened fire towards the roads. A moment later, the police arrived at the scene, and everyone was pointing their gun at the top where Joey was. Shortly, Superintendent Claire Hum also arrives at that moment, and a chopper with a sniper in it flies close to Joey, threatening to shoot. a frightened Joey cries out not to be with them bad guys and pleads for them not to shoot. She reaches for the phone in Marcus's pocket, and immediately she takes the phone. The cradle slips, and Joey and Marcus fall off the cradle, but Joey is saved by the rope holding her. So she quickly calls the superintendent, Claire, and informs her that she is not with the group that took everyone hostage. So Superintendent Claire quickly runs a background check on her, where she finds out that she was an ex-Marine Corps member before she quit later on. She finds out that the person holding everyone hostage is Noah Santos, but when cross-checked with his work ID, they found out that his name was Lucas Vander back then, and he is a member of the Seventh Harvest, an anti-humanist group, where he thinks humans are like leeches on Earth and are not supposed to exist on Earth. They also find out more about Marcus Blake, who is the leader of Earth Revolution, a radical environmental group that is very well connected. Afterwards, we are shown that Noah has worn several bomb suits on the guests present and has been given a device on his wrist to activate the bomb. Once his heart stops beating for 5 seconds, this will trigger the explosion. We found out that he made all 6 of Agnian Energy's CEOs and shareholders confess to their crimes, and he was going to go live and post it so everyone could know what goes on behind Agnian Energy. Suddenly, Superintendent Claire calls Noah to further discuss the hostage and how they could come to a conclusion to end the whole scene. Meanwhile, Royce, who is the SDO-19 team leader, has already ordered some of his men to invade the building without the superintendent's knowledge. Hence, she was on a call with Noah. At the moment, we are shown a group of SDO-19 officers marching towards the building. Little did they know that Noah had a view of them from his phone, which was connected to the CCTV outside. Noah immediately orders for the officers to retreat within 5 seconds, to which Superintendent Claire told Royce to do, but the strike team kept marching forward. This enrages Noah, and he activates a bomb in the van, killing 5 of the officers instantly. This made Superintendent Claire really mad. She warns Royce severely to never go behind her back to give an order. Seconds later, Superintendent Claire calls Joey to tell her about the incoming bomb approaching her. Lucky Joey acts fast and goes to the other side of the building, where she was able to avoid the bomb blast ray, but now she is stuck onto the window glass. The Superintendent Claire calls her to know if she is okay, to which Joey confirms her safety. And with her help, she orders the sniper on the helicopter to shoot the glass so it's easier for Joey to enter, but it was still difficult for her as the glass was really strong. To her surprise, the window gets broken by Michael, and he drags her inside the building. They have to keep running because one of Noah's men came to inspect if she was really dead due to the bomb. She doesn't see Joey. She climbs up the stairs and finds out that Joey is alive and has entered the building. This got Noah really angry, and now 3 men sent by Noah are pursuing the duo. They search all corners of the building. Little did they know Joey and Michael were hiding behind an iron box. Joey then leaves Michael hidden and climbs up the stairs and hides behind one of the doors. Shortly, a guard tries to check behind the door, and she uses that moment to hit his head with a spanner. They both struggle, but with her impressive skills, she was able to open fire on him and another man who was beating up Michael. Shortly, another guard is seen fighting her. Joey burns her face with steam from a pipe before pushing her down, with the help of Michael, who drops a grenade that blows the guard out the window. Z finds out the true intention of Noah is to kill them all in the building, which she doesn't agree to. She tries to escape from the guard, but is quickly shot dead by the guard. At that moment, Joey arrives and opens fire on the guard, which enables the duo to enter into the control room, where Michael uses his hacking skills to hack the system, reversing all the work Z did and uploading it to a flash drive he collects. They suddenly get a call from Noah, but Joey picks up the call instead of Z. This gets Noah more intense. Joey, expecting what's about to happen, takes her brother to the elevator to escape to safety. Moments later, we are shown Noah charging up the stairs with other men heading towards Joey, and again, one by one, Joey successfully defeats the men with her impressive and fast fighting skills she learned back in the Marine Corps. Seconds later, the SCO-19 team enters the building and opens fire on Noah's guard before they see the hostages and the bomb suit, which could kill all of them if not properly managed. Afterwards, Joey meets Noah, and she is pointing a gun to his head, but she can't shoot him, so the bomb doesn't go off due to the heart sensor on his wrist. The duo enters into an intense fight, where Joey successfully took off the heart sensor from Noah and wore it unknown to Noah. Seconds later, Noah is then seen hanging onto a rope for his life, and Joey then reveals the sensor is now on her wrist, before she pushes him off the building. The movie ends as Joey reunites with Michael again, and they are seen watching the sun go down. Make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you can watch more videos like this.